Today we will discuss about stem cell concept, or what are stem cells and their role in the process of development. So first of all, an introduction to stem cells. So the stem cells are a specialized or a particular kind of cells which have ability of the self-renewal and differentiation. So the main property or the feature of the stem cells that they have capability of self-renewal and differentiation. So they are also known as differentiating cells. And what is self-renewal? Self-renewal is the ability of cells to proliferate without the loss of differentiation potential and without undergoing senescence or biologic aging. So self-renewal is actually the ability of the cells to rapid proliferation without the ability of the loss of cell differentiation and undergoing biologic aging or senescence. A stem cell is also known as a precursor cell or also called as a bank cell. So such kind of the precursor cell can give rise to the multiple type or multiple tissues, including the epithelial tissues or the muscle tissues or nerve cells. So the stem cell has potential to differentiate and produce different type of cells and tissues. So such kind of cells are known as stem cells, which are ability to self-renewal and differentiation and to produce the multiple type of cells. A stem cell is essentially the building block of the human body. So you can say that the stem cell are also known as a building block of the human body. So they are more important in process of the embryonic development or the development post-embryonic development. So here are some more characteristics of the features of the stem cells. So the stem cells are very unique cells as compared to the other body cells, and they have amazing ability to develop into several distinct cell types in the body. So stem cells have a potential to develop into various type of cells of the body. The stem cells can be used as a repair system for the body. So different cells which are removed or destroyed within the body, such cells are replaced by or repaired by the production of the stem cells. So stem cells can replace or repair the repair different types of cells within the body. Stem cells can theoretically divide without limit in a living organism in order to replenish various types of cells. So the stem cells always produce the progeny of two different types of cells. So in the progeny of the daughter cell, one cell is always like the precursor stem cells, while the other cells are also known as the differentiating cells or the cells bearing the differentiating potential. So when a stem cell divides, so at each division, a new cell or a stem cell is always produced. So the new cell has the potential to either remain a stem cell or to become another type of cell, which is more specialized, or also known as a differentiating cell, such as a muscle cell, a red blood cell, or a brain cell. Stem cells are capable of dividing and renewing themselves for a long period of time. So the stem cells have ability to have ability to self-renewal for long period of time. So they are also known as unspecialized cells. So we are using different terms for the stem cells, as they are known as um, rapidly differentiating cells. They are also known as unspecialized cells. So the stem cells, which are also known as unspecialized cells, can give rise to specialized types of cells or can give rise to differentiated cells. They itself or stem cells are itself or unspecialized cells, but they have potential to produce different type of specialized cells. A stem cell is an uncommitted or until it uncommitted cell until it receives a signal to develop into a specialized cell. So the stem cell remains an undifferentiating or unspecialized or uncommitted cell until that it receives a signal from the surrounding environment. Um, so in result of this signal, the stem cell can differentiate or develop into a particular kind of a cell. So as we are taking an example of an hematopoietic cells. So as the hematopoietic stem cells are present in bone marrow, so when this hematopoietic stem cell receives the signal, so in result of the stimulus or the signal from the surrounding environment, the cell will be differentiating into the red blood cells or the white blood cells. So the hematopoietic stem cell which is present in bone marrow has potential to differentiate into various type of the blood cells, including WBCs and RBCs. So we can classify the stem cells into various types during the process or the stages of the development in human body or in the living organism. So as you can see here in the figure, that the early stem cells such as the zygote, as you can see here, the single cell embryo, which is also known as the zygote, and then the 3 days embryo, and then the 5 to 7 days embryo. So such type of the stem cells which are including the zygote or the early embryonic cells as the cells of the 5 to 7 days embryo, or including into the type of stem cell which is known as the embryonic stem cells. And such type of the embryonic stem cells are also known as the totipotent stem cells. So one type of the stem cell are the term which we are using to describe the stem cell is known as the totipotency or the totipotent type of stem cells. Totipotent type of stem cells are always found in embryonic stages, or they are also known as embryonic stem cells. Totipotent cells Totipotent cells are capable of forming every cell in the embryo, and in addition the trophoblast cells of the placenta. So and this capacity or ability is known as totipotency. So the embryonic stem cell, which are also known as the totipotent cells, are capable of forming all type of the cells which are present in an embryo, and also in addition they form the stem cells. They form the cells which are able to form placental tissues or placenta. So both embryonic stem cells and the placental cells are formed by the totipotent cells, are the cells which are present in the early embryo. So zygote and the early embryonic cells are the examples of the totipotent stem cells. So the next are the cells which are also known as the embryonic germ cells. So the embryonic germ cells, embryonic stem cells, and the next are all also known as the embryonic germ cells. Both are actually the embryonic stem cells. So the embryonic germ cells, including the cells of the primordial or the presumptive germ cells as the ectoderm, mesoderm, and the endoderm. So the cells of the presumptive ectoderm, endoderm, and the mesoderm are also known as the embryonic germ cells. So such kind of the cells are known as the pluripotent stem cells. So the pluripotent stem cells have the ability to become all the cell types of the embryo except trophoblast. So there is a difference between the totipotent and the pluripotent cell. Both are the kind of the embryonic stem cells which are present in the embryonic stages, but the totipotent cells have ability to produce the all type of the cells which are present in an embryo along with the trophoblasts. But in case of the embryonic germ cells, which are known as the pluripotent in nature, so the pluripotent cells capable of producing all type of the cells of the embryo along with except of the exception of the trophoblast cells. So their potency is reduced as compared to the totipotent cells. So totipotent cells have more potency as compared to the pluripotent cells. So the embryonic germ cells are the example of the pluripotent stem cells. another type, the another term which we are using to explain the stem cell is known as multipotent stem cells. So the fetal tissues, the fetal stem cells are also of the pluripotent as well as of the multipotent type of the stem cells. So what are the multipotent type of stem cells? Multipotent stem cells are actually whose commitment is limited to the small subset of the all possible cells of the body. So multipotent stem cells are also produced. The multiple type are also generates when they divide. They divide when they divide. They generate or produce multiple type of cells, but their capacity is limited as compared to the pluripotent or cells are as compared to the pluripotent stem cells. So their capacity is limited. So they only produces a small uh, subset of cells within the body. So such kind of cells are known as the multipotent stem cells. So as the hematopoietic stem cells are the examples of the multipotent stem cells. So the other example is the cord blood stem cells. So the umbilical cells of the umbilical cord are also the examples of the pluripotent or the multipotent stem cells. So such cells actually show the pluripotency, and their type of the stem cells is known as a multipotent type of stem cells. So the umbilical cord contains or having the pluripotent or multipotent type of stem cells. So then in case of the adults, the another type of stem cell which are also known as the adult stem cells. Adult stem cells are also a type of pluripotent or the multipotent stem cells. So for example, the different type of the multipotent cell as known as the neuronal stem cells are included into the example of the multipotent stem cells, or muscle stem cells are included into the example of the multipotent stem cells. Same like that, the hematopoietic stem cells are the examples of the pluripotent or the multipotent stem cells. And the next are the embryonic stem cells are or certain kind of the carcinomas also carries the different type of the stem cells. So carcinomas are actually the cells which are known as the particular kind of the cells which are responsible for teratogenesis in during the process of the development. So the carcinomas are responsible for teratogenesis in the individuals or in offsprings. So such tetracarcinomas carries or bears the type of stem cell which is known as the embryonal carcinoma cells, and these are also pluripotent in nature. So the tetracarcinoma or the embryonal carcinoma cells are also pluripotent in nature. So a stem cell is an unspecialized cell that develops into a variety of specialized type of cells. So when the stem cell divides, which actually itself is an unspecialized cell. So when this unspecialized cell divides, it actually generates or produces a different type of variety of specialized or differentiated type of cells. So such a differentiated type of cells are uh, so we are taking an example of the hematopoietic stem cell. When hematopoietic stem cell divides, so in the result of division, they produced two progeny of the two types of cell. One is the same like the parental stem cell. The second cell is known as a differentiating cell and is also known as a progenitor cell. So in the result of the division of the hematopoietic stem cell, so when they divide, so in the result of division, they always produce uh, or they always uh, produced one again one a stem cell like the parental cell. So they conserve their self renewal potential, and along with that they also have a differentiating potential. So the second stem cell which is produced in result of division is known as a differentiated cell, and which is also known as a progenitor cell. So what is progenitor? How can you define the term progenitor cells? So progenitor cells are also known as the precursor cells. So they are also the progenitor cell is also an example of unspecialized cell, and this unspecialized cell is capable of undergoing a cell division and yielding two specialized cells. So when such unspecialized cell, which is known as progenitor cell, is uh, capable of division, undergoing the cell division, then it produces again a different type of specialized cells. So one type one type of cell is known as the myeloid progenitor cell, and another is known as lymphoid progenitor cell. As the myeloid progenitor cell produces the two types of cells, differentiating or specialized cells. One are known as the red blood cells, and the second type of cells are known as the white blood cells, such as the neutrophils. So, such as the basophil, the eosinophils, the neutrophils, and the red blood cells. So when myeloid progenitor further divides, then it generates the two types of cells, such as the red blood cells and the white blood cells, as the neutrophils, basophils, or eosinophils. So as you can see here, the hematopoietic stem cell is an example of the stem cell or a multipotent stem cell. Then it divides it, producing the two type progeny of the two types of cell. One is again a stem cell, and second is a specialized type of cell. For example, as in case of the neuronal stem cells, neuronal progenitor cell is produced in result of stem cell division, and one is again a neuronal stem cell. So in case of the progenitor cell, when a progenitor cell divides, so it also has carries a differentiating potential. As we are taking the example of a myeloid progenitor, so myeloid progenitor cell when differentiates, so it produces two types of cells. One is known as a neutrophil, is a kind of white blood cells, and other is known as a red blood cells. So that may be upon the division of the myeloid progenitor, that may be differentiate into a neutrophil, or that may be differentiate into a red blood cell. So progenitor cell also have the differentiated potential, but their differentiated potential is limited as compared to the hematopoietic stem cell. But they also carry are also bearing the differentiating potential. So in the so when they divide, so they have potential to differentiate into various type of specialized cells. So they might so myeloid progenitor may be differentiated into a white blood cell as the neutrophil or a eosinophil or a basophil, or that may be differentiated into a specialized cell as a red blood cell. So here we can classify the classification of the stem cell. So their classification is based on their source of origin and the difference of the action potential. So there are two features or the two factors that are involved in the classification of the stem cells. One is known as the source of origin. So from a source from where they are originated, and second is the difference in their action potential. So on the basis of the source of origin, they are classified into the embryonic stem cells and adult stem cells. So the cells which are originated at the embryonic stage are appeared or developed at embryonic stage are known as embryonic stem cells. The second type of stem cell which are originated or developed at the adult stage are known as the adult stem cells. Second type, which is based on the difference of their action potential, a difference in the action potential. So that may be a different type of cells, such as the totipotent, pluripotent, multipotent, and unipotent type of cells. So as the totipotent have more differentiating potential as compared to the all other type of the stem cells, as the pluripotent, multipotent. So the pluripotent have more differentiated potential as compared to the multipotent and the unipotent stem cells, and multipotent stem cells have less differentiating potential as compared to the both totipotent and the pluripotent stem cell. but they have more differentiating potential as compared to the unipotent stem cell. Unipotent stem cell, as clear by the name, the unipotent stem cell always produce a single type of, when they divide, they generate or produce a single type of specialized cell. So they are known as a unipotent stem cells. So the potency of the stem cell can be defined by the types of more differentiated cell that the stem cell can make. So the stem cell can be either of the totipotent, pluripotent, multipotent, or unipotent types. So on the basis of the potency of the stem cell, they can be classified into the totipotent, pluripotent, multipotent, and unipotent type of cells. So as we have already discussed about, the totipotent stem cells have a capability to produce all cell types of the developing organism, including the embryonic as well as the extraembryonic tissues, such as the trophoblast cells of trophoblast cells or placenta. Second is the type which is known as a pluripotent type. The pluripotent type of cells that can make only the cells of the embryo, or the embryonic stem cells are developed by the pluripotent stem cells. So I have a potency are capable of producing all type of the embryonic cells of the embryo. So making all cells of the embryo, including the germ cells and the cells from any of the germ, including the germ cells. So therefore they can make the any cells of the body, as the germ cells have potential to make any type of cells of the body. So the pluripotent cells can make the any type of the cells of the body, except the trophoblast cells. So the next are the multipotent stem cells. Multipotent stem cells can only make the cells within a given germ cell layer or within a given germ layer, or they can ability to produce a small subset of cells within a particular tissue or an organ. So for example, the multipotent stem cells form the mesodermal tissues, the blood cells can make all the cells of the blood, or but cannot make the cells of the different germ layers, such as the neural cells or the liver cell. So as in case of the as the mesodermal tissue is an example of the multipotent stem cell, so the mesodermal tissue only form the various type of the blood cells, but cannot generate or produce the neural cells or the endodermal cells of the liver. Next are the unipotent stem cells. So the unipotent stem cells can make cells of the single type of cells, or can make the single cell types. An example is the germ cells, stem cells that can make the cells that can mature to become an egg or sperm. So the example of the unipotent type of stem cells is the germ stem cells. So the germ cells have potential to produce only a single type of cells. So as when the such cells mature, then they become a male or a female gamete or egg or sperm. So but not any other type of cells. So such unipotent stem cells have a restricted differentiating potential or limited differentiating potential as compared to any other type of stem cells. So in this figure, you can see again that as a totipotency occurs in case of the zygote, and then pluripotency in case of the endodermal cells and cells of pluripotent cells of the germ cells shows pluripotency. So the endodermal stem cells and the pluripotent germ cells shows pluripotency, and then the multipotency occurs in the cells of the germ layers, as the ectoderm, endoderm, and the mesodermal cells of the ectoderm, endoderm, and the mesodermal cells. has multipotency. So the multipotency occurs in the cells of the different germ layers, as in the ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. So adult stem cell also uh, uh, has adult stem cells also shows or found the multipotency occurs in uh, adult stem cells. So as the neuronal stem cells or the epithelial stem cells or hematopoietic stem cells are the examples of the multipotent adult stem cells. So in the neuronal stem cells, the epithelial stem cells or the hematopoietic stem cells are the examples of the multipotent adult stem cells. And the next are about the unipotency or the somatic cells. Unipotency occurs in the somatic cells, as in case of the neurons or in case of the gut cells, or in certain cases the unipotency is present in case of the germ cells. So next is about the embryonic stem cells. As we have already described about the embryonic stem cell, or also a type of the pluripotent stem cells, and they are derived from the inner cell mass of the embryo, which is known as blastocyst. So the embryonic stem cells are developed by or derived from the inner cell mass, which is known as blastocyst, and they are derived at an early stage of the pre-implantation embryo. So the embryonic stem cells are derived at the early stage of the pre-implantation embryo, and they are derived from the inner cell mass or blastocyst. Human embryo reach the blastocyst state at 4 to 5 days the post fertilization or after the fertilization, at which time they consist of 50 to 150 cells. So human embryo reach the blastocyst stage after the 4 to 5 days of the post fertilization, and at that time the embryo consists of the 50 to 150 cells. So isolating the embryoblast or the inner cell mass results in the destruction of the blastocyst, which raises the ethical issues, including whether or not embryos at the pre-implementation stage should be considered to have the same moral or the legal status as more developed human beings. So the human embryonic stem cells measure approximately 14 micrometer, while the mouse embryonic stem cells are closer to the 8 micrometer in size. So when the such embryonic stem cell, which are also a kind of the pluripotent stem cell, when they divide, then so upon their division they differentiate into different type of cells, including the primitive ectoderm cells, which ultimately differentiate during gastrulation into all derivatives of the three primary germ layers, as the ectoderm, endoderm, and the mesoderm. So these include each of the more than 220 cell types in the adult body. So the pluripotency distinguishes the embryonic stem cell from the adult stem cells found in adults. So while the embryonic stem cells can generate all the cell types in the body, and the adult stem cells, as compared to that, the adult stem cells are the multipotent stem cells and can produce only a limited number of cell types. So pluripotency in both embryonic stages and the adult stage vary, as the embryonic stem cells have potential to produce all type of body cells, while uh, the adult stem cells have the limited potential. They produce only a small subset of the body cells. They only produce a small subset of a small set of cells, or a limited number of cell types are produced by the adult stem cells. So as they are known as multipotent stem cells. So if the pluripotent differentiation potential of the embryonic stem cells could be harnessed or restricted in the laboratory conditions or in vitro conditions, So it might be a means or a source of driving the cells or tissue types virtually to order. So it can be used the derived cells for different purposes. This would provide a radical new treatment approach to a wide variety of the condition where the age, disease, or the trauma has led to the tissue damage or dysfunction. So, through this way, so the differentiating cell which are developed by the stem cells in vitro conditions are used in different ways in replacement of the cells which are destroyed by the result of certain diseases or trauma or damage or dysfunction. So such cells are replaced by the cells which are derived from which cells are derived from uh, cells, the particular types of cells which are generated are derived from stem cells are by the division of the stem cells in vitro conditions. So under certain conditions, the embryonic stem cells are capable of proliferating or propagating themselves indefinitely in an unspecialized and undifferentiated state. So they have a capacity capacity when provided with the appropriate signals to differentiate. So when uh, particular signals are provided, then such cells are differentiate and produce a number of different type of cells. So such activities allow the embryonic stem cells to be used as a tools for both research as well as in regenerative medicines. So embryonic stem cells can be used in research as well as in regenerative medicine, or that is an alternative therapy which is known as regenerative therapy to treat certain kind of diseases because they can produce a limitless number of themselves for continued research or clinical use. So as the stem cell have ability to produce, they have potential to produce a variety of cells or the different cells which have ability to produce the different type of cells. They have multiple differentiating potential. So such cells can be used in future to generate different type of or to replace the damaged cells or diseased cells in the body. So the ability to create, isolate, and manipulate stem cells offers a vision of regenerative medicine, wherein a patient can have his or her diseased organs regrown and replaced by the own stem cell. So organs often formed by the regulation of the stem cells. We will see that the skin, hair, blood, and part of the nervous system routinely use stem cells in their construction. So the stem cell certainly give credence to view that the development no ends and often fascinating potential ways to modify the development. So that's